Right, good morning. My name is David Freestone. I'm the Executive Secretary of the Sargasso Sea Commission. I'm really sorry that I'm not able to be with you in Marseille for the IUCN Congress, and particularly for this important launch event for the FEM project, which we've been working on for nearly 18 months now. Very excited to see it finally taking shape. So I've been asked to talk a little bit about the governance of the Sargasso Sea. You already heard from Faye, very excellent presentation on the importance of the ecosystem of the Sargasso Sea, and there we see it. But it's also important from a legal point of view because it's an area of the ocean which is subject to what's been called fragmented jurisdiction. So there are two main organizations which have overarching authority to deal with certain specific sectoral functions, such as the Seabed Authority, the ISA, which governs seabed and mineral mining on the high seas, on the deep sea, and also the International Maritime Organization, IMO, which deals with vessel movements and discharges from vessels. But other than that, there is, in this area of the high seas, which I'm just using my cursor here, around to the south of Bermuda, 34th parallel there really is neither a regional fishing organization nor a regional environmental management organization. There is a tuna management organization, ICAT, which deals with the whole of the Atlantic, but this area, surprisingly, between the Americas and Europe, you would think much traveled, is actually quite a gap in the global governance, ocean governance system. So the aims of the Sargasso Sea project, we started in 2010, 11 years ago now, was to achieve international recognition of the global importance of the Sargasso Sea. And I think we probably are well on our way to achieving that. And then, as importantly, to work with existing organizations, international sectoral organizations, to achieve better protection for the Sargasso Sea under the terms of the Law of the Sea Convention, and to use this experience as an indication of what's possible under the current ABNJ regime, because, of course, that's being negotiated by the UN as we speak. Our main achievement in the early years was 2014 was to have 5 governments come together in Bermuda to sign the Hamilton Declaration on Collaboration for the Conservation of the Sargasso Sea. That's a picture of Sylvia Earle, who was the chair at that point of our steering committee. We now have 10 government signatories to the Hamilton Declaration: the Azores, the Bahamas, Bermuda, the British Virgin Islands, Canada, the Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic, Monaco, United Kingdom, United States. We have a number of governments that have been fellow travelers that have been supporting us, even though they haven't signed. And these would include the Netherlands, Sweden, South Africa, but now, of course, France, I hope, because they are actually supporting us in a very practical way, as well as a number of observer organizations. That's a meeting, that's the participants at the meeting there. The area which we designated as the area of collaboration is in the western basin of the North Atlantic, to the west of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. And the governance structure for this declaration, which is a non-binding political declaration, is fairly light. We have a meeting of signatories. Since COVID started, we've actually been meeting every 2 months, although initially it was only every year. And we have a Sargasso Sea Commission, which, unlike traditional commissions, is not made up of representatives of the signatories, but because it's a non-binding arrangement, but of independent experts who serve in their personal capacity. And again, we meet pretty well every 2 months. And then the Sargasso Sea Secretariat, lean and mean body, you've met both of the members of that, Faye and myself. And then we have financial mechanisms both in the US and also in Bermuda. The role of the signatories really under the declaration is to pursue collaboration and cooperation in furtherance of the vision of the declaration, to provide advice and guidance to the Commission, and then to, as members of the organizations, and many of them are members of the organizations which we're working with, to take forward proposals for protection measures to those bodies. The Commission, by contrast, has a non-managerial role. It has a stewardship role with a mandate to keep the health, productivity, and resilience of the Sargasso Sea under continual review, to develop a work program and action plans for the conservation of the ecosystem. We have 6 current members, 1 resigned, pending re-election, and we have an election a reappointment process going forward. So from representatives from Bermuda, the UK, from the Bahamas, from Canada, the US, and also Professor Damore is a joint national of the UK and Canada. We've engaged with a large number of international organizations because there is this very complex framework, and we have a large number of partners who have been very important in collaborating partners who help us in the development of our program. And we're delighted, that short review of the system that we put in place, we're delighted now to be partners in this major initiative financed by the FFFEM to contribute to the governance, a hybrid governance system of the high seas. Thank you.